Hi guys, and welcome to a new video on Sonal's life. It feels like only yesterday that we were watching Wrestle Kingdom on January 4th and 5th, and here we are in February at the end of the New Beginnings tour. Now, as always, I thought I would do a little review of the shows, so looking at all the Road To shows, New Beginning in Nagoya, and the New Beginning in Hiroshima shows. Now, I honestly didn't know what to expect. Normally we have the CMLL Fantastica Mania tour in the middle to sort of break things up, but honestly, this has been an amazing tour. I've put both sets of legs in one video because I just initially thought, well, there's not going to be much happening. How much can really happen this early on? The answer is a lot. So I'm going to try and break down everything, get through it all, and sort of what we can expect from the next few months. So let's get going. So the first stretch of matches was leading to the New Beginning in Nagoya show. And they had some really good matches. So we had the IWGP Junior Tag Championship match on the 23rd, with all the warm-up matches leading to Nagoya, which we had the Never Openweight Championship match between Hiroshi Tanahashi and Shingo Takagi, the no disqualification match between Satoshi Kojima and Will Ospreay, and also the fight for the Mongolian chops between Tenzan and Great-O-Khan. Now, the lead-ups to these always have warm-up matches. They had a lot of interesting stories. It felt like each time someone else was picking up momentum. So maybe one day one team would win and another day like another team would win. And I think that one was great. You went into the matches not really knowing what to expect. Now, the first big major match was on the 23rd of January, and surprisingly it was the IWGP Junior Tag Championships on a Road To show. Now, personally that upset me, mainly because I feel like maybe they've disregarded the title and the match and just sort of demoted it. However, it was a great match. Like, in the end, Ishimori and El Phantasmo won with El Phantasmo's sudden death. But that is a move that apparently is due to months and months of kicking maple trees, but there has to be something else there. But yeah, it was a typical heel versus heel match. You can probably tell I was gutted because I am massively team Desperado and Kanemaru. The fact that those two held the titles for longer than maybe just one defense is showing that they're gonna put some investment into the division that has so much potential, and it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen with those titles. But I really hope there is some consistency, maybe lasting longer than one or two defenses. The next main big thing that happened was on the 25th of January, and it was the main event of another Road To show. We had a 6-man tag match between the members of LIJ. Now, this was obviously setting up for some title matches going forward, and it was a stupendous match, and I use stupendous because it was that good. People don't normally really expect much from these preliminary cards. They're sort of just a warm-up, get you into the match feel. However, the big thing about this was this match actually went to a 30-minute time limit draw. Now, after doing my research and consulting with Chris Charlton, it turns out that this is actually the first time limit draw on a preliminary match since 2013 in the Road To Tokyo Dome. Now, I know Kevin Kelly mentioned this, that it was the first time limit draw in about 2.5 years, and I think it was either maybe Tanahashi and Okada in the G1. But the fact that it came from a preliminary card was amazing because, like I said, these warm-up matches you normally expect to go 10-15 minutes, gives a crowd something to get excited about. But it was honestly a great match. You got to see some amazing wrestlers, and I'll talk about this again later on because shockingly it happened again. But the reason why it went to a time limit draw is there was no weak links. They were all strong, and there was no way that New Japan were going to make any of them look bad ahead of their matches. And it was a really nice way to sort of lead into the Nagoya show. And for me personally, I didn't go into that show expecting much. Oh my god, that was a great show. There was only one title match, the undercard, but we had 2 special singles matches which had also been built up on the Road To cards. The first one was the battle for the Mongolian chop between Tenzan and O-Khan. Honestly, I didn't have high hopes for this. I was like, well, it's just going to be easy, isn't it? There's no way that O-Khan is going to lose to Tenzan. But you know what? This is what I love about New Japan, because you know what? Yes, Tenzan lost, and I am gutted that he's lost the Mongolian chop because, you know, but at points, it felt like Tenzan could win. He is this strong fighter. Yes, he's getting a bit older, but he's not the most successful tag wrestler in New Japan for no reason. And this sort of leads me to the next match, which was the no DQ match between Will Ospreay and Satoshi Kojima. I was sort of like, right, it's going to have some chairs and stuff. Ospreay's going to defeat Kojima in like 5 minutes. No. It was one of the best no DQ matches I've ever seen, mainly because I'm not a fan of those. I don't like gimmick matches, well, except the King of Pro Wrestling. But yeah, this was amazing. Like, from straight out of the bat, Kojima was like, you know what, I don't care, I'm putting everything into it. There was chairs, there was tables, there was bins, there was a guitar. It went on, I think, for over 15 minutes, but both men took so much torture. However, on that show, the highlight, and probably one of my matches of the year so far, was the main event between Hiroshi Tanahashi and Shingo Takagi for the Never Openweight belt. I voiced my opinions on the Never division before. It has so much potential but has been treated very badly in the past. This match was an example of how New Japan, I think, are really taking a step with it. It was a phenomenal match between two of the best in the world, I say. You had Hiroshi Tanahashi, high-flying, very strong Japanese style with his dragon screws, and then you had Shingo Takagi, the dragon, who is strong, fast and powerful. This match could have gone either way. Literally, there was false finishes, there was lariats. It felt like as the time went on, the two just got more and more energy, and they were just throwing everything. For a Never title match, it felt like an IWGP match. They had this passion, they wanted to win. And in the end, I love Shingo, you know that, but my heart always belongs to Tanahashi. So when he won with the high fly flow, I was over the moon. Yeah, that was just the first half, so it's only going to get even better from now. So now we're on to the second leg. Now, the first thing I've got to mention, and the big thing that happened on the 1st of February, was Jay White returned! So after his little breakdown at Wrestle Kingdom, he basically came back at the end of the match between Chaos and Bullet Club, and basically just beat Ishii up. Went backstage and cut a promo saying how he was going to leave for about 10 minutes until he realised, why should he doubt himself? And as a Switchblade girl, I agree. Why should Jay White doubt himself? And yeah, that was probably one of my happiest moments of the tour. You know what, people said, isn't it a bit soon, isn't it? Yes and no. I think people pretty much guessed that Jay wasn't going to leave. He has an amazing spot in New Japan. But it was nice for him here because it gave you a bit of time to wait and it was a surprise. And it also led to the feud which we saw culminating on today's show. And that was when Tama Tonga and Tanga Loa and Jay White challenged Ishii, Goto and Yoshihashi for the Never 6-man belts. Like I said, the Never title scene is getting huge. You've got people like Tanahashi, Bullet Club, going for these usually lower card titles. It was amazing, and can I just say, welcome back Jay White, we've missed you even though it's only been like a month. And another big thing for me in this leg of the tour was I call this the story of Tama Tonga, Taichi and the Iron Finger. So if everyone remembers, way back at World Tag League, Tama Tonga basically stole the Iron Fingers that Taichi took off Izuka. And that was how they won at Wrestle Kingdom. Well, they'll say that's not how they won, but that's how I'm putting it. And so the running story leading up to their title rematch between Dangerous Tekkers and GOD was Taichi needs these Iron Fingers. This is the soul of Taichi. And it was a nice mix of great storytelling, but comedy. Because you had Tama coming out with all these bags trying to lure Taichi and going, Iron Finger, doko desu ka? Doko ni arimasu ka? Using Japanese, which is the most Japanese I've heard Tama Tonga say. I've said this in the past, like the Never division, like the Junior Tag division, sometimes the Heavyweight Tag division has not really lived up to its potential. It's been a bit stale, a bit sameish. This was a really nice thing in the Road To matches because it meant you didn't want to miss it. You wanted to see what Tama and Taichi were going to do next. And then I can't obviously say the Road To shows without the second, I've done fourth there, the second time limit draw between Sanada, Hiromu, Sho and Ibushi. I feel like you don't get them for like 8 years and then they all come at once. Another amazing time limit match between 4 amazing wrestlers. I'm going to say this now before I talk about the Hiroshima shows. People say that the Road To shows are pointless. You have missed out. You missed out on the IWGP Junior Tag match, you missed out on Jay White's return, and you missed out on 2 time limit draws. So definitely go and watch all of them if you can. So then we got up to the first night of the New Beginning in Hiroshima tour. We had some amazing undercard matches on both nights, really. We had the singles match between Bushi and Master Wato. We had the Young Lions versus Suzuki-gun. But the main two matches were the two main events. So we had the heavyweight tag team titles and the junior championship. Now, I said literally like 2 seconds ago how I loved the story between Tama Tonga and Taichi. This match itself was amazing. At first I was a bit hesitant because the first 10 minutes was literally just Tama Tonga trying to lure Taichi in with these bags, but then we got some serious wrestling. These four athletes are so diverse in so many ways, and I just loved how each of them worked perfectly together. I said this in World Tag League. You got the strength and power of Taichi and Tangaloa and the speed of Zack Sabre Jr. and Tama Tonga. Now, in the end, Jado came out with the iron fingers and somehow Taichi got them back. But we've said this in the past, those iron fingers have something about them. So basically Taichi put them on and started like battering Tama Tonga, leading to a DQ. I know I personally should be upset about it, but I'm just happy Tama Tonga lost the iron fingers and Taichi got them back. Even though I think somebody should just destroy them because they are very dangerous. But yeah, if that was good, the main event was spectacular. It was the IWGP Junior Championship between Hiromu and Sho. Now, I've told you in the past how much I love Sho, and I love Hiromu too. This match was immense. It was fairly hard hitting for a junior match. There was a lot of chops and forearms to start, but it very quickly got dangerous. We saw sunset powerbombs onto the floor, sunset powerbombs onto the apron, flips, kicks, strikes. I think it's probably, and I know I said that Desperado vs Hiromu from the Best of Super Junior final was, but this might be one of my favourite all-time junior matches I've watched because the dynamic between the two were amazing. And like Shingo vs Tanahashi, it felt like the longer the match went on, the better they got. Now, after that match, we obviously saw El Phantasmo get up out of his seat from commentary and challenge for the junior title. And basically, Hiromu went, sure, you can have a challenge at my title if me and Bushi can challenge for yours. And it was a nice way to end that because we sort of had a build-up coming for the next tour. The second night of Hiroshima was probably even better. I mean, I don't know what to say. We had, again, some really nice undercard matches. But yeah, we had another two amazing title matches. We had the six-man titles, which was God and Jay White versus Yoshihashi, Goto and Ishii, which was phenomenal. Both teams had so much offense, and considering this is the first time God and Jay have tagged together for a title, they had amazing chemistry. It went, I think, about over 25 minutes, but God, it was good. And can you guess? Yoshihashi pinned Tangaloa. So now that's giving him and Goto a shot at the titles, and I'm very happy, even though I'm very sad for Jay. The calibre of these never title matches are getting bigger and better, and I just hope Goto, Ishii and Yoshihashi hold it for a long time because they are really making it their own. And then we got on to the main event. Sanada versus Ibushi for the IWGP Intercontinental and Heavyweight titles. Now, their match at the G1 final last year was met. This one completely redeemed everything. It was a really nice length, actually. I think at just about 25-minute mark. There was light, there was shade. Both guys were going from strikes to submissions. And okay, maybe it was made slightly better the fact that Zack Sabre Jr. was on commentary and saying how handsome both men were. But I love these two working together, and this was a real showcase of what they can do. Now, I was gutted because once again Sanada lost, but it shows that these two can main event any day, anywhere. And it was, I think, the aftermath maybe that's a bit more exciting, which is another lead up to maybe the next tour, and that was Naito came out, and everyone was like, oh, is he going to challenge for both belts again? Because he did lose. No. He is fulfilling my dream to split the belts and has just challenged for the Intercontinental title. And it was just the perfect way to end a really, really, really good tour. I don't think I can say it enough. And some other special shout-outs during this that I didn't really put in. The feud between Yuma and Suzuki, like, that was fantastic. ELP on commentary. And the feud between Honma and Naito, like, I've never heard such a good impression as Naito doing Honma's voice. And also Naito's relationship with Kevin Kelly. I mean, I feel like I've just said so much, but it's because in one tour, New Japan packed so much into it. Now what can we expect from next tour, and that's Castle Attack? IC titles definitely getting challenged for. The IWGP Junior Tag titles, the Junior belt itself. There is so much possibilities, and I am so excited to see what happens, because my fingers are crossed that Naito wins the IC belt and we split it. Maybe we'll see someone challenging Tanahashi, because we saw Okan sort of beat him up after his match. So yeah, anything is possible, and I really hope this isn't just like a waffling video for you guys, because there was so much to put in, and hopefully you guys enjoyed watching the shows as much as I did. And let me know in the comments, what were your highlights of the show? It doesn't have to be matches, it can be moments and things like that. So like always, make sure to like and subscribe, and follow me on social media at wrestling_chat if you just want to chat to me, or if you've got any ideas for videos. I will see you guys later. Bye!